A very good morning from Wadi Shauka in Ras Al Khaimah. We are here today with Nelly Attar, who recently became the first ever Arab woman to summit K2, which is only the second highest peak in the world after the Mount Everest. So what led Nelly to accomplish this daredevil feat? Well, let's hear it from her.
My name is Nelly Attar. I move for a living. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Lebanon and I live between Saudi and the UAE. I work in sports. I climbed Everest in 2019 and I just climbed K2 a month ago, becoming the first Arab woman to summit K2. The idea of climbing K2 kind of came about when I was descending from Everest. I was thinking, what can I do next? And it was just a very brief idea or possibility, maybe one day, we'll see. But then the feeling of wanting to do K2 came about in November 2021. And I just felt like, I'd like to try this mountain. And I wanted to climb a mountain that was very different to the other mountains I've done before. You know, some of the things that you read about K2 are not very pleasant. When you look at the history of K2, it can be quite intimidating and scary, but I tried not to look at that, and instead I would look at the possibilities, and I tried to explore the possibilities. 300 plus people had done it prior to this year. If they could do it, a lot more of us could do it. I just surrounded myself with this support system and ecosystem that helped me feel prepared and ready. So some of the challenges on K2 include rockfall. You're on very high altitude. You know, you're in the death zone and you spend a lot of time in the death zone. The terrain, it's quite challenging, and getting rescue or getting help on K2 is a lot harder than some of these other 8,000 meter peaks. These are some of the challenges that we could have faced on K2. Luckily this year, the weather wasn't too bad, and on our summit day, the weather was actually phenomenal. One of the scariest moments for me was when we were making our way to the summit. There were so many people moving at the same time, and it just felt like the ground beneath us was unstable. And I just felt like at some moments or some points on the way to the summit, everything would shake, and I can just hear the snow cracking. So that was really terrifying. We were so lucky. We were so lucky. So I spent a lot of time moving up hills, a lot of time here in Ras Al Khaimah, one of my favorite places now. So I spent a lot of time moving uphill, hiking hours and hours on consecutive days, because you want to mimic the climb with a backpack. I'd spend a lot of time in the gym as well, doing strength training, doing anaerobic work, interval work. I would spend a lot of time also on the beach, running in sand.
So Nelly, after this incredible climb, I wanted to ask you, would you climb K2 again?
No. I mean, it was incredible, but no. It's not worth the risks. I wouldn't go there again, I don't think so.
And what was your biggest takeaway from this climb at K2?
Trust the process and climb your mountain at your own pace. This applies to everything. Climbing, marriage, work, life. Climb your mountain. It's your mountain, it's your life, at your own pace.
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome so much. Thank you for coming out here.